And good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 28th of April, 2024. Start off as usual with the synoptics. So let's go back to midnight last night. This low pressure and the warm front, the occluded front that we see down sat right over us. That's what gave us all that rain last night, and we have suffered a little bit with the grass. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So moving on to midday today, though, we've still got the lingering back end of this cloud from this low pressure and the occluded front hanging off it. There are a couple of troughs down here to Bay of Biscay sort of area that I don't think are going to cause us an issue today. And we have got another low front coming later on with various cloud associated with it. But the problem we've got at the moment is this low pressure that's just set off in the North Sea is the air is circulating around it, and it's not going very far today, giving us quite a lot of top cover, certainly a lot more top cover than we had yesterday. Spot winds at the moment around about 300 degrees northwesterly, but they are going around to 27 later. And there's going to be some gusts associated with that, which we'll chat about soon. And here's the cloud I'm referring to now. It's just lurking around, going round and round in a circle, just to the east of us. But we are, unfortunately, at the moment, stuck underneath it, certainly for the foreseeable 2 or 3 hours. And hopefully we'll clear up a little bit of rain. So the actual rain at the moment, you can see it smack over us a little bit further around about Bicester, Oxford area. There's a couple of gaps between the showers at the moment. The heavy rain seems to have gone further north. But if you look at the Met forecast rain radar today, so this is at 8:13. If we run that through, there's the sort of gaps that we've just been indicating now, but really it's not going to be flyable for us until we can get round to about 10, 11 o'clock, around this sort of time here, when we should be in a lot of drier air mass and we should be able to use it. It may only be winching, but we should be able to use it. And if I progress this a little bit further, so maybe after 12:30 or so, we should be okay, maybe some air towing again. So similar to yesterday, I would suggest a little bit wetter initially. The local area forecast indicating overcast till around about 1 or 2 o'clock local. No real sun on the ground. You notice it's indicating today, similar to yesterday. Winds initially northwest, then going around to the westerly heading. But notice the gusts. It's not indicating quite so much on here, but I'll show you the gusts we've had overnight and early this morning, which we need to be aware of. Okay, so max temperature today, GFS is indicating around about 10 degrees, maybe 11, and the dew point's down at about 5. View outside the window, if I just one more. So this was at 8:26, and it seeks a northwesterly type wind about, and this is the overcast that you can see outside the wind at the moment. It's around about 700 or 800 feet, so it's not brilliant just yet. Temperature at Lasham 5.1, dew point down at 3.2, but this is a thing of concern to me, and all of us really. 6.6 mil of rain overnight, and it has affected our airfield a little bit. I've just been for a little bit of a walk, so I'll brief on that shortly. And winds 10 knots northwesterly, but as mentioned later, they're going around to the west. Here's the winds. So you can see gusts are about 22 degrees at about 8:30, 22 knots about 8:30 this morning. But it's hopefully it'll be starting to abate. So Odium is indicating currently 13 knots from the northwest, light rain, viz 10k or more, and Farnborough's indicating similar 10k or more, scattered showers, scattered clouds at 800 feet. That's about 600 foot above here, which we've got at the moment, broken at 1200. But if we progress through the day, 7 knots from the northwest, broken clouds at 1700 feet between 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock, it's indicating today. But temporarily in amongst all that lot, broken clouds, light rain and drizzle, and then broken clouds, 4 and 4, heavy rain, light rain, drizzle. So it's going to be suck it and see, I think. We maximised yesterday by being out and being ready for it. So we'll try and do the same today. Funnily enough, Top Meteo is indicating that actually it's not going to be too bad over here. All the worst of the rain is going to be out to the west of us. So this is at 11 o'clock local today. It's indicating it can be relatively clear here of rain or showers. So it just shows you sometimes how they do contradict themselves. And this is SkySight. So this is the local area forecast for SkySight. I've got the low cloud initially, and that fits in nicely with the temperature and dew point being very close. And you notice as they start to spread, the cloud base goes up a little bit. So we are hoping, because we are going to get quite a bit of sun on the ground after about 11:30 thereabouts. We are hoping that around about 2 o'clock, we should have cloud base around about 2,700 feet thereabouts. Thermals, I wouldn't get too excited about what scutters indicating about thermal strength, but certainly the cloud base will increase enough for us to get some reasonable flying this afternoon. And you see the wind starting off in the northwest, but from about 11:30 onwards, pretty well down, pretty well westerly. NOTAMs, no real NOTAMs to affect us here. We've got the usual ones I mentioned the other day. Otmore, live firing to 1,400 feet, Western on the green, and this one at 21 is that danger area at the far side of Farnborough, and 18 was that was paragliding. Okay, so we're not going to be too worried about them. So anyway, setup for today, or operation for today. Firstly, we need to mention, please, the two events that we've got going. The national event of the Women Go Gliding Weekend that Anne is running. We have, I think, 9 more ladies turning up today to be introduced to gliding. And she's got good support there. So if we can please say hello to any new faces there and introduce yourself, feel free. And then we have Liz running the cross-country training weekend with her group of 4 or 5 more experienced glider pilots. So they're both running concurrently today. No planned movements have been made. I've been made aware of. We'll set on runway 27. Wet operation initially, and when we're out there, we'll have a look and see what the grass is like to the south. So we may be able to winch off the grass and land on the grass. We'll just make that call literally when we go out there. But I'm going to brief initially a 27 wet operation. Any area towing will be to the north of the runway, a winch launching to the south. Moderate northwest wind at first, becoming west-northwest later in the morning. Overcast in the morning, possible small clearance in the afternoon, very similar to yesterday, actually. And we did make the most of yesterday. 1K21 on the booking system. David Allen is the instructor for that. 2K21s and a K13 available, if necessarily, to the Nationals Women Go Gliding Weekend. Or one of the K13s and the second K13 on casual list, some single-seater availability. And reminder, please, about the buggies, and the comms is working well. Simulator is going to be used all day. It's booked all day by the Women Go Gliding Weekend ladies. Booking list we see today, David Allen with his 4 students there, or 4 students down there, and K13 booked for trial lessons, but I'm going to cancel them, so don't worry about that. And then the Women Go Gliding Weekend, and SH7 in the afternoon, and Discus SH2 for the whole day. They're the only single-seaters that have been booked. So operationally today, then we're going to be on runway 27. The wind is going to start initially to the northwest. I don't think we'll be flying before the wind goes round onto 27 actually. So we'll set up the launch point on the runway on the south side, area towing on the runway on the north side. The cables will come down the side of the runway using the bar. We will go out though and check this bit of grass to the south, and if it is suitable, we will then move the landing and takeoffs for the winch back onto the grass over there. Please be careful towing out. I've just walked the grass north, and the 20 meters from the very edge is very soggy. As usual, the bit down the middle is absolutely perfectly dry. So just be careful about that. And anyway, look, we'll make the most of today. We did yesterday. I think we should at least DI the gliders and get them ready. We'll set up the launch point probably in an hour or so and be ready to pounce when the weather is suitable. Thanks for your time. I'll speak to you all later. Bye.